Hi, I'm SimmerRue and welcome to my channel. So in today's video we are here in beautiful, snowy Hemsworth on Bagley with another real floor plan built in the Sims video. Thank you Anna from Builds with Anna who sent me this floor plan. We are on week 2. I'm a week behind. This was supposed to be last week, but I was stuck at my mom's in like a really small town. And the Wi-Fi was so bad, I really wanted to post content, but it was just impossible. So, we're doing this today. And I really hope that you like it. If you don't know how this works, Anna sent me 4 floor plans. I sent her 4. You can go watch her do my floor plans. Link will be down below in my description. It's Builds with Anna. And we had to use a spinning wheel to decide what style of house this floor plan is going to be. My footage unfortunately got corrupted, but I got cottage. And this isn't a cottage. I failed. I'm warning you now from the beginning. This is a failure. She did not get the memo. She did not understand what was going on. So, yeah. I really made a mistake. I built a converted barn instead. But I still hope that you like it. It's very close to a cottage. I mean, barns, they sometimes found next to like really beautiful cottages, right? Right? I'm quite sure. But with that being said, let's just jump into this build. Got this build off on a smaller lot than anticipated. I don't know why I do this to myself, like clearly just looking at the floor plan, this was not gonna fit. I'm just a delusional girl sometimes, like honestly I am. So I change it, this lot moves, we go to a bigger lot still in Hemsworth on Bagley, just more towards the countryside. And it looks a lot better. It actually blends in a lot better as well. I think a lot more than what it would have blended in here. So here you can see that we are already on the larger lot. It was a very smooth transition. You would probably just have noticed that the surroundings around the lot just changed. So this floor plan was actually kind of difficult. I actually struggled a little bit with her. Not as much with the downstairs, but I struggled a lot when it came to the upstairs. I had to make some creative changes, but we will get there in a bit. Now, here, I really wanted the front of the house to be equal with the terrain. So, and then at the back, it kind of is a little bit more elevated. So I went in with some terrain height, just trying to smooth it out so that it looks natural. When the snow is gone, you can hardly see the uplift of it, like the little heel. And that was exactly what I was going for. So I was really happy about that. I do my landscaping without the snow at the end of this video. So never fear, we do have pathways, everything is here. I love this build. This build came out really nice. So now I'm going in the upstairs. I started off with the bathroom. I just thought that that would be a nice little starting off place because it was kind of like a weird shape. And in the closet itself, I had to make some changes, especially with how my staircase is. And you can't really have a wall go straight through. So I had to make some changes. I am not really too bothered with it. Now, round about here, I also realized that my upstairs is a little bit too large. So I do go back downstairs and I do just bring it in like 1 or 2 tiles. And I also realized that my bedrooms are not the same size. All 3 of these spare bedrooms were supposed to be the same size, but I built this lot with an uneven number of tiles. So I would either have gone back downstairs and made everything even smaller. But I really didn't want to. I really liked the way that the downstairs looked, and I kind of felt like by making it smaller, I was going to kind of affect the way that the house itself looked. So those were some creative liberties that I took. I do go back later on again, and I just change where the cabinet is, but we will get there once we actually get to that bedroom. Now I'm doing the roofing. Now, as I've mentioned, I was supposed to do a cottage. That is the house style that I drew, but she does not turn out as cottagey as what I would have hoped. So this is a garage, this part, even in the floor plan, but I wanted to like separate the garage, kind of have it with a car, and also more of like a greenhouse type of thing. So there's a lot going on in that massive space. I didn't just want to waste it, and I also didn't want that entire space just to be like a workspace. But you will see once we get there, and I think that looks really nice. Now this is the main fireplace. So I used a chimney that I sized up, and I kind of just let it clip in through the wall. It's the perfect wall height away. It's just like half a tile. And I really wish that we could make walls like half a tile as well. So I really like that. That's the only place where I do the fireplace like that. We do have 3 chimneys in the house, but the rest don't really clip. Now I'm starting to lay out my windows. I decided to go for this warm brown tone that really matches the door, and it also matches like the sliding door that goes to the garage. And then I bring out this beautiful bay window that's from the laundry day pack. I did try to do that on the side as well, in the little relaxing room or whatever they call it on the floor plan, but it didn't really work with my roof. I also had to drop all of these windows later on, but that's what happens when you don't take your roofing into consideration. So you can see that I'm trying out those bay windows, but the moment I lift up this roof, I realize it's not working. Same with these doors. I didn't really like the sliding doors. On the floor plan, it looks like they do have 2 sliding doors, but I just felt like it didn't really match the house that I was building. So I decided to take the same sliding door, what we have at the front with the garage, and just place that on the side and just add some windows. And that just changed this entire build completely. Now in the end, I really like this build. This is like a barn that was renovated, and I am honestly here for it. I love this green that I decided to place as the paneling on the outside. I just think it looks so beautiful. And then also that window from My Wedding Stories, that large round window. How beautiful does that match with that little base game accent window? It looks like they're from the same set. Thankfully, they had the same color swatch, which was that brown color swatch. I was able to use it because I just think that really just brought the entire build together. Unfortunately, I don't show the top roof a lot in this speed build, but when we go back to the video itself, I will just show you. Yeah, I'm just going around and I'm just adding some foundations. And it's also really weird that roof trims, snow doesn't affect them. So I used the thatch roofing that came with the Cottage Living pack, but as soon as the snow touched like the roof trim, yeah, there's nothing. As you can see like there's like a brown border around it. All in all, it didn't really bother me. It still looked really pretty with the house, but I do wish that snow kind of affected that. Like, it's weird that the Sims team didn't really take that into account, seeing as on the ground floor, when it snows and it's outside, like the patio area, there's like little pieces of snow that's like kind of coming onto the tile. And that's a really small detail. So I would have thought that the Sims team would have done, you know, other small details. Because that's a big detail to miss. Now, I also wanted this island. This is kind of what the picture looked like, where the architect like indicated where he wants certain things to be in the kitchen. But I just decided to move my fridge to this little scullery area. I just think that it looks a lot better. And then I also changed the cabinets of the kitchen later on as well. I decide to embrace all of the Christmas vibes, the Winterfest vibes, and it just took over. This is probably going to be my last Winterfest build, where I focus on like the Christmas tradition. I don't want my channel to be like a certain propaganda towards a certain thing. This is what we mostly celebrate, like us Afrikaans people, but obviously we do have Jewish, all kinds of religions. We've got Muslim, like South Africa is a very vast, broad place when it comes to different cultures and religions and all of that. And I really don't want my channel just to be focused on that. I don't know why I just went on this massive tangent. It probably was unnecessary. Me just explaining myself. But yeah, don't expect a lot more festive builds from me. I just wanted to get this out of the way. I felt like this is still appropriate. But I do want to try and build other festivity things in The Sims as well that really relates to like the December month. So keep an eye out for that. And I'm also planning on doing a roof tutorial. I've been planning this for a while now, but then little Simsy, and I just didn't want to feel like I am copying someone. But yeah, but I've decided that I am going to do it. I've been planning this for a while. So if you want any like tutorial tips or building tips, they are coming. I'm also planning on doing some forms of videos as to how I go about color in my builds and how I tend to decorate or just place things together. Obviously not like this build. This is very generic. This is like the easiest thing to do. It's just bright red and green. And there you have it. You have a festive build. Now, I actually use this mirror a couple of times without actually realizing. I only realized as I was editing, and I was like, why did I use you 3 times? But yeah, here I'm like trying to go to the kitchen. I'm like, there's something wrong. So I actually just decide to make everything red. And I was planning on going back to the kitchen and actually placing like a lot of clutter pieces, but I forgot. With editing as well, I was like, I never went back to the kitchen. But my build that is on the gallery, I did add some clutter pieces to the kitchen. I didn't go overboard. I kind of liked the kitchen also the way that it was at the end. And sometimes you just need to embrace your mistakes. And sometimes they were done for a reason. But it did need a little bit more clutter. I mean, this house is so cluttered. We have 3 Winterfest trees in this house as well. I wanted this one to kind of be one where the family can build it together. This is the theater room, but I decided to just turn it into like a family TV room. This entire house is very family orientated. There are 4 bedrooms, but one of the bedrooms I decided to turn into like a small little play area. And you were just going in with some more tinsel. There's a lot of tinsel. Imagine cleaning this. Imagine all of the little tinsel thingies like everywhere in the house. Like we just put our Christmas tree up and it's a mess. It's a mess. There's tinsel everywhere. The cats are constantly playing in it. It's just the amount of times that I had to put those little ornament balls back onto the tree. It's insane. No. It's way too much effort to actually have a house like this. It's fun in The Sims. We can all love vicariously through The Sims sometimes, but yeah, this is not for me. I don't think I would want such an overly excessive decorated Christmas house. Well, obviously I would want it, but I wouldn't want to be the one dealing with the aftermath, you know? And that's why I don't think I'll ever have something like that. Because I also don't think I'll ever be like rich enough to have someone like clean up after me, and also I'll feel like really bad. So that's not the vibe. But I am going off a completely different tangent. I am so sorry. Let's look at this cute little bathroom. Look how beautiful these colors are. I just love the brown. That I decided that with this laundry room and then the linen room that's right next to it, I decided, let's just go with this brown vibe. And I was living for it. This is also where I realized, why didn't I actually use the sinks that came with the counters? So I went around and I just replaced everything and it looked so much better. Here I'm building some storage. These are not the ones from the Dream Home Decorator pack. These came with the high school years. They are also just as glitchy, but they look really cool. So I just went around and I just added linen, like a lot of linen. And I really wanted this table here as well. Even though I did add a ironing board, I know that where I worked, because I worked in hospitality, now all the housekeepers, they would prefer to iron actually on like a massive table. So that's what I'm doing now as well. I do have an ironing board, but I use a table with like a tablecloth on it. It's so much easier. There's so much space. There's no moving little thingies around. No weird creases. Yeah, no, it's so much better. So I put a table there. I mean, in my opinion, everybody should just use a table to do their ironing. Like, honestly, like, if you're not, you're just causing so much effort for yourself. And I place a lot of nutcrackers. All the nuts are going to be cracked. Now, when you go on the stairs as well, you see that I just lifted up this plant and then another nutcracker. Because what else are you gonna put in this house, you know? We don't really have any other festive things except that's like massive green and tinsel and all the things. But for the statues, I was like, okay, we have like ice sculptures and we have nutcrackers. So nutcrackers kind of won. Now here I'm like all placing some things on the windowsill. They are quite close. If I wanted it to be a little bit more further, I had to lift everything up from the downstairs. And then when you're downstairs, you're going to see like floating candles. And I just wasn't having it. No. I also had to play around with the curtains kind of to make them work. These curtains are a little bit lifted up, and you will see that the one side is drawn a little bit more close than the other side. I kind of just imagined that they opened it, but they didn't open it fully, and I really like that in this build, with all of the candles and the nutcrackers that's like in the windowsill. I wonder how many times I've said nutcrackers in like the last 2 videos. It's insane. So if you scale this cow plant down, it's only the vase that scales down, which is really weird. Like the cow plant stays the same size and the footing that it's on. But I didn't really mind. I still thought that it looked really cute. In the end, this room just looks like a festive, fun place. Like I would like to come here on holiday, not live here permanently like these people. And I know that I mentioned that this is like a holiday home in the beginning, but I didn't mean like a rental holiday home. I just meant like these people are holiday obsessed. So yeah, I'm going around and I'm actually just adding this really cute wall. I wanted this to look like a chalk wall, like a chalkboard. So I went around and I added all these little chalk drawings. This is like the kids' playroom. This is one of the 4th bedrooms, and I would have loved this as a child. I would have drawn so many things on this wall. It would have been insane. And then just look how perfectly everything just fits in here with the little dollhouse and another... I really love that Sasquatch. I think we have like 3 Sasquatches in this build. The Sasquatch, that's an OP, like, like bear. So you can kind of see how I kind of go around bedrooms. So I place my green bed, which is like my favorite bed. I think I use this bed always. But green also matched this house. Okay, we needed some green, and then I just added that upper on the wall. I'm watching Avatar, The Last Airbender, the animated series, and it's just amazing. So I was so happy when I could add like pink upper to the wall. But yeah, so I just paid everything with like pinks and purples, and this is the child that's not really, they don't really share the same holiday sentiments as their parents, you know? They don't like the cold. They are like a spring child. They're more for the flower fest. That's kind of the idea in the storyline that I went for them. And then this child, because we had this really weird, awkward nook, I decided to add some shelving there where we can add some toys. Maybe they put some extra clothes or something in there. And here I use this mirror again. And I also used like these little, I don't know, it's like weirdly tall shelves from the high school year in maroon as well. And I used that as bedside tables where I just placed them together and it looked so beautiful. And now I'm just going around and I'm just adding some extra things. After I've had like the basis of this build, I was like, okay, now let's go in and let's add all the Christmas decorations, which we then did. And here I'm just going around and I'm just adding some toys, and look how cute that little corner looks. And I gave them cards. I feel like this child is very popular. So they've got like all the cards from their friends, and all in all, this bedroom looks amazing. And as you see, we just placed another Bigfoot teddy. Yeah, I really want one myself, so I think that's why I give it like to all the children in The Sims. It's just, I don't know, it's just so cute. And here I'm just adding like a lovely little sitting area. This is like a playroom. I wanted to add another TV upstairs, but then I was like, no, you know what, we have the family television downstairs. This can just be a nice place where you can sit and you can knit. I added another festive tree. I mean, we need 3. This is a festive house. And also I didn't know what to put in that corner. So I was like, okay, let's just put a tree there. This family loves Christmas, okay? Well, Winterfest. I keep on calling it Christmas. It's not Christmas. It's Winterfest. And I'm sorry. Now we're going over to the main bathroom. So I gave them 2 shower heads. I then decided to just tile the backsplash of the bathroom. I added this beautiful brown zincs, the same as what I did downstairs, and then this lovely toilet kind of hidden away. And there's no bath in the main like bedroom on our floor plan, but I decided to add a bath like in the middle of it. And this is where we get to the walk-in cabinet. Obviously I had to use some some creative liberties. But all in all, I feel like it came out really good. Now, going downstairs, I was really, really negative. I thought I was done with this and I can go and, like, decorate. But then I was like, oh no. Oh no, no, no. I did not do the office, nor the garage. So I had to go back and I had to do that. I like this office. I wanted to place a fireplace, but it became so stuffy that it just didn't work. I also just changed the painting of the walls, and this office actually came out really cute in the end. I put the desk kind of on like an off angle, and it was such a vibe. Now we're going to the garage. I went in debug and I just got out 2 cars. I didn't show myself doing that because it took me surprisingly long, even though I did section off, like base game and cottage living, but I don't know. I get so lingery in debug, and I didn't even place anything out of debug except for the cars. I was just so fascinated every time that I'm like, oh, this is so cool. And then, yeah. But anyway, as you can see, that little flower bed area, it came on so cute. Now we're going to the outside patio. This just looks amazing. Like, it's very bare minimal. It's not really something you're going to use in like this type of weather, but the floor plan actually said that we need that. So I was like, okay, cool, let's go for it. Here we are placing some terrain paint. I wanted some pebbles underneath the dirt there. And then I also just wanted like a slit kind of so that it looks like the car like drove up there. And I'm just going around and I'm just placing where I want all of my plants to be. I do place the plants in wintertime. So there's like bushes, like those beautiful green bushes that like come up the wall that you can't see because they are dead. And I was okay with them. I mean, most of us are dead inside in any case when it comes to the December holidays, so it's fine to just have some dead plants as well. I thought it was appropriate. And here I'm placing some trees, some beautiful oak trees. I just make them, like, size them down. They aren't really native to this area, but I feel like these Sims don't really care about the ecosystem to that extent that they didn't mind placing some oak trees. And I'm okay with that. This is like an oaky build. I probably should have moved this to like the actual camping pack. I can't remember what that... Granite Falls. I probably should have put this build in Granite Falls now that I think about it. But it's a little bit too late. I only just thought about it and I'm not going to change it now. Now, you can see that I am placing a lot of flowers. I went with like the green bush, I went with some white hydrangeas, and then I just went with like those weird lavender purple bushes. Like I said, you can't really see it now, but they are there. I did do it, I promise. And I go very overboard with this lake. I do tone it down. Like, I remove a lot of swans. In build mode, it was like, in live mode, it was a bit much. But we are reaching the end of the build, so I'm just placing some grass. But let me just go in and show you what this build actually looked like now that it's finished, in the snow, in the beauty of everything. So let's jump right in. Okay, so we are back in the game. So firstly, I just want to show off how beautiful it is and how beautiful it matches with this little window here. So I just really wanted to point that out. And then also just wanted to bring back to your attention the fact that the snow is not touching the eaves of this roof. Yeah, be irritated with me, please. Come on. Now, when we are upstairs, here we have our main bedroom. She's looking really cute. In here we have our main bathroom. Also, I love this tub. And then our little dressing area. Just look at how cute this looks. I love the way that this cabinet actually just blends in. And how it just looks so seamless and like perfect in this area. I think it's to do with the color and like the champagne color that I chose as well. Here we have the children's bedroom, the children's playroom, with all of these fun little drawings on this blackboard. Very cute, very cute. Oh, I had to place this planter here, because I don't know if you noticed, but the roof is sticking out because I did like a platform. So I had to change that. In the initial build as well, the bedroom had to like either walk down or up with a staircase into the bathroom, but I had to change that for the same reason. We had like this massive roof trim here. It was just so irritating, so I just actually decided to just close that off. Here we have our little rumpus room or family room or whatever you want to call it. The separate toilet over here. I didn't place this in the speed build. This is just a tiny little bathroom, and then the same over here. Here is this child's room, decorated with some dark accents of like deep green, mixed with the purple and the pinks, and I just think this room works beautifully. I used this cute little set that came with the My First Pet stuff. I know a lot of people don't like that pack. I completely agree. I got it for free with my pets. It came in like a bundle. So I don't really mind using it that much, but I do try not to really place it in a lot of the builds, says I, where I used it in this house. So, you know, I might as well just keep on using it. I wanted to add a rodent as well, but there just wasn't any space. And then this cute little toy rack. I like the fact that we've got like drawers at the bottom, like little closed cabinets. I think that's really cute. And then just another little teddy, because what do you put in kids' rooms? Like, come on. I also added this little activity, but we need more activities. Like, I'm so sick and tired of all my children going and be like, I don't know, they all join the scouts. They all join the scouts. Also, Sims team, can we please get pool tables? I love this little ping pong table, but I would love a pool table. Pool tables would be so nice. Now downstairs, this is our garage. I went through this quite fast. Initially, I wanted to place like cabinets here, but then I thought to myself also, I don't want this entire bowl to be like blocked off by massive things, so I kind of kept that empty. And I just added some rakes and things over there. And yeah, just like a woodworking table and a flower arranging table. I mean, we do have some activities. There's a lot that you can do just in this garage itself. And that, to me, is amazing. Yeah, we have our TV / kids entertainment area. This family really loves their children. Like, there's a lot of plays for the kids to play and do things in. And then this as well, like, what is this? Oh, it's like in my build. I completely forgot. Like, during my speed build, this window actually disappeared. So let's just sell that, because we don't need that. And I still wanted to mention that, because I realized this during my editing, but that was last night. So I completely forgot. We've got like so many power outages, so I really apologize for like my sporadic postings. I'm trying. We sometimes only have like 6 hours of electricity a day. So yeah, it's really bad. My country is really shit. And here we have just our family room. I would love this family room. This family room looks so cozy. We have the kitchen over here. I decided to add like these eaves and like a pillar, because I didn't want this to be completely closed off, but I also wanted it to be sectioned off. Okay, well, I really hope that you enjoyed this type of content. I'm actually surprised at how much I like building from an actual floor plan. This isn't really something that I do often. I like to get like reference images of like a window, and then I'm like, okay, let's build the entire house based off of this window or this little roof piece, or, you know, something like that, or just the front of a house. But this building from a floor plan, it's really interesting. It really makes you think how to place things in certain places and how to make certain things work. Anna, for giving me this floor plan. I cannot wait to do the other two, actually. Even though I'm a little bit scared. I'm a little bit scared that I might fail again when it comes to choosing a style. But I think it's the floor plan. This floor plan really just did not lend itself to a cottage at all. But I really, 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 really like this converted barn that's going on. But with that being said, goodbye. Looking back, I probably wouldn't change a thing about this build. Even though she really doesn't scream cottage, I'm still so happy with her. I'm so happy with my converted barn. Like, honestly.